Okay, it's 2022 and cold calling is dead, or is it? Well, in this video, I'm going to cover exactly what's going on when it comes to cold calling, especially if you're in the sales business. This video is for you. I'm going to cover some tips and tricks that it might actually be better than picking up the phone and cold calling. Let's get into it. What's up, everyone? My name is Cameron Hodge. If this is your first time on the channel, I am a realtor here with EXP, and also on this channel I just share all tips and tricks with being an agent in the industry and also just trying to build generational wealth for my family. So if that's you're interested, then don't forget to hit like and subscribe to be notified every time I drop a new video. Also, if you're looking to make the switch to EXP Realty, I'm getting resales days, nights, weekends, all the time from those who are looking to make that switch and jump into their career, and I absolutely love it. So if that's you're looking to make the switch, give me a call, text, email, whatever you have to do. I have your back. We'll make the move to EXP Realty, and you're not just getting some VA or some random person. You are getting me and direct access to my partners if you need to talk to more people when it comes to making that decision. So reach out. Doesn't hurt to find more information. All right, getting into the video, cold calling. So if you're in the sales industry, especially if you're an agent watching this, you stumbled across my channel, or just any business in general, you've probably heard that once you get in the industry, you have to pick up the phone, you have to start cold calling. We've all heard it, and you probably should have at least done it. I do think that it is one of those things, like, you have to understand that whether you're in any kind of sales business, you are in an outbound sales. Like, there's not many sales businesses. Like, it's not like you're going in most businesses, like whether it's insurance, real estate, selling cars. Like, there are some instances where you are, people might walk on the lot, but if you're going to be a top producer, you're going to have to do outbound sales and marketing and do all those things in order to generate business for your business. Like, you can't just rely on friends and family. Like, don't get me wrong, we all aspire to have that, repeat referral business making up a majority of our work. But if you're just getting started in the industry, like, you have to build that database. Or if you felt like you plateaued, a lot of times it always comes down to you just need more people in your database. You need to be talking to more people. That's sales. That's, I try to avoid it a long time, but really it can be as simple as that. And cold calling could be one of those ways that was really great. Now, I think it's dead. And here's what I mean by dead. So I think the days of just randomly picking up a phone and just calling random people in a phone book, no good. If you're doing that, I think it's dead and it's out of the water. Now, picking up the phone and calling still is very effective and is one of the cheaper ways to build that database, but it sucks. And obviously what I mean by that is, like, so I've, recently it's been going through, if you're in the real estate industry, expireds for sale by owners, there might not be many in your market. It really depends on your market. If you don't have a lot, it's like, where else are you going? Circle prospecting around just sold listings and all that, which is great. But at the same time, it might not be as effective. And also, like, I've also done absentee owners, which here in California or Florida, if you're in the States, like, that have like a really high amount of absentee owners, that can also be a great amount as well. But we've all had those days where you pick up the phone and your entire 3-4 hours of prospecting is spent with people telling, F you, you're a cheapskate. Like, obviously you can't let it get to you, but it sucks, it sucks that you're having to do that every day to get your business going. Now, in the beginning, like, you have to do what you have to do. But what I tell everyone is, I think picking up the phone, when it comes to long-term in business, like, there is a burnout period where you're just going to keep picking up the phone, and if you haven't experienced it yet, like, you will eventually, where, like, no matter how good you're doing, you're going to hit a point where, like, man, like, this is just super aggravating. I'm just so tired of doing this. Like, I'm making good money, but man, I am just burning out and just not loving what I do. And I think we all hit that point after a while of doing that cold calling. I can tell you that there are other options, and I do think they're better in the long run. So one thing, obviously, with picking up the phone is, like, the do not call list. And in reality is, are you going to get majorly sued as just a small time agent calling one person? Probably not. Now, talk to your lawyer. Now, that being said, obviously, if they're on the do not call list, you shouldn't be calling them. And you should make sure that, wherever you're getting your information, that it's being scrubbed regularly for the do not call list, because it changes all the time and people can put their information in there. You need to be doing your best practices if you are picking up the phone. But if you're someone who, like, you've been making calls, you've been doing the work, and you're like, man, this sucks, there has to be something better, I promise you there is. And what's crazy is, up until recently, I've been doing other methods, and it really hasn't generated too much response, because, hey, guess what? Picking up the phone and calling people is one of the faster ways to have conversations. I will tell you that any other way takes time. It takes effort, it takes work, and it's not going to yield quick results. right? Like I'm also, like I mentioned in the last video, I'm also looking at getting an insurance license just for another skill, another thing to put in my basket. And even in that one, guess what you have to do? You have to pick up the phone. Now, I will say the difference in a lot of industries that aren't real estate is you get lists of people who actively put in their information. So you're not cold calling random people. You're calling people who, hey, I put information, I want insurance, or so have you. And a lot of sale businesses, like you actually can get that, where you can have funnels in place where people are saying, hey, I want more information. Does that mean you're going to get people that tell you to screw off? I don't remember putting in the information. Absolutely. Welcome to sales. People think that, we're just a bunch of cheapskates, but in reality, as long as you have a good heart and you really mean well by people, like you will do well in the long run. I truly believe that. Now, I can tell you that I partnered with people at EXP who have built, and I think this could play for most any business, is video marketing. I love, working with veterans and relocation because I've done it. I understand it. I get the stress, and I think I can bring massive value to those demographics. So I, made the move to Orlando, Florida, and I created a channel when I made the move, everything about living, moving to Florida, all that. And I can tell you that after 2 months of videos, about 2 videos a week, I out of nowhere started to get like 4 reach outs with people moving there. Now, like any sales business, 3 of them were renters. I don't get paid for renters in the state. Once I told them, they don't want to give any information, it is what it is. But one person ended up being a really solid buyer who's like, hey, I watched your videos. I loved it. Could you help me? My budget $350. I'm moving. And it's like, holy crap. Like I didn't have to call this person. They already qualified me and they were like, this is my guy. This is the guy that's going to help me buy a house when I move there. And that's insane because imagine all the time you spend cold calling, getting told to F off, to have, a part of your business where people are calling you. They've already looked you up online. They've verified you. They're like, this is the man or woman that's going to help me do this thing. It's life-changing, to say the least. Like, think about it, like YouTube is one of those search engines, and it's not just YouTube, it's any other video marketing. Like, it's working 24/7. Like, when you're not working, or like I'm taking the kids out, or they have a doctor's appointment, guess what? My videos are working for me. And it's crazy that I partner with people that are doing hundreds of million in volume every year, and all they do is YouTube and Sphere and working their listings. That's it. No cold calling. None of their agents cold call that they're for their teams, and everyone who partners with us gets that information for free. They get a free YouTube course. They get all of it, just given for free because, well, that's how EXP works. Like, we're here to help everyone grow, and we don't benefit if the agent doesn't benefit, and that's just how it is. But regardless of that, like, I do think calling on the phone has a place, and I know it has a place. But I can tell you that for a lot of us, like, it hits a point where if I want to really scale a business, like, it comes to a point where, like, I don't want to be stuck on the phone every single day. And now that does mean that you're not going to get short-term results. So it is what it is. Now, I also tell you, like, no matter where your leads come from, guess what? You're going to have to pick up the phone. So, I'm 28. So coming from those that are like my age and younger who are like, oh, I just love texting or doing all that. Hey, guess what? You're going to have to pick up the phone. You can't avoid it. It's sales. You're going to have to pick up the phone. Like, even when I get leads from YouTube, guess what? People will text you saying they need help, and then they disappear. And guess what you got to do? You got to follow up. And the money's in the follow-up. So no matter where your leads come from, you're still going to have to follow up. You're still going to have to pick up the phone. You're still going to have systems in place. Like, there is no get-rich scheme. There's no easy path. Like, even doing videos, like, there are days that I wake up for that channel and I go to make videos and I'm like, crap, like, I really don't want to shoot videos today. And it is what it is. And I push past it. I get it done. And guess what? In the end, it could end up being one of my more popular videos and create major success for my business. And it's also at the same time, like, you're bringing massive value. And I will tell you, like, doing videos and doing the research for something like that, like, I have learned so much more about Orlando since doing that channel, and really videos in general. Because when you go to do videos, like, you kind of think, and it's like you're teaching yourself, you're reteaching yourself. You're talking about things, stories, experiences, and, like, you really get to help people by doing that. And I think it actually helps you as a person grow and just bring more value to a lot of others. I've also ran YouTube ads running marketing to help build brand awareness, and that's seen great results, where I've had thousands of people watching me every single month dropping a market update. And sure, like, it's one of those things, like, just like direct mail, it takes a long time to probably see results from it, but it's still getting your face out there. But I will also tell you, when you're limited on a budget, there's only so much you can do. I get it. We've all been there. We started from nothing. And when I started from that lower point, and guess what? Shooting videos on YouTube, it's free. As long as you're doing the editing yourself, it's free. It's not easy. I can tell you that once I was able to hand off editing videos, like I handed it off immediately because it's not something I wanted to do. I don't enjoy doing it. It's easier for me to have a plan in place with my editor. He's part of my team. He does it how I want it, chops it up for social. I can spread it out, and it just makes it such a better process so I can focus on the top level funnel of my business. But for those of you that, if you watch it this far, it probably means that you're doing cold calling or you're looking to get into industry and you're like, I don't want to be that person who's just randomly calling people, regardless of, if they're on a list or not. Like I told you before, you can't avoid the phones. It's sales. It is what it is. But like there are ways to get leads, and obviously like there are other like social media campaigns and stuff like that. I'm partnered with people that do this for a living. That's what's great about EXP is you get to partner with people who, one person to be an expert in one area. Like, we have our people that help us generate the YouTube channels. We do coaching every month. We have like the Facebook expert, Instagram, social media. Like they all have their own expertise, how they're generating their business, and they share it with us for free for being under them in this group. And I think it's one of those amazing things. I think if anyone, even if you are doing great in cold calling, like you can't lie that you wouldn't like another side of your business that's working for you. Like we all could use more leads. Like if you have 1 million leads for your business, like you probably will be a top agent in your market if you know how to close them and follow up. Right? So it really comes down to understand where you want your business to go. Is cold calling dead? I think calling random people is dead. But if you are going to pick up the phone, like make sure it's an exact list so you know you're calling a demographic. Do you know how to provide value to them? And that they could be in a beneficial situation, especially given this current market and how crazy it is. Like we have to put in the work. It's gonna be a painful couple of years, and you gotta do what you gotta do. But I truly believe with all my heart that everyone should be doing video in some way, shape, and form. Like your name gets out there. It's building brand awareness. Like it's, and obviously like I've seen results with the YouTube channel generating leads, and it's just crazy. Like you shoot some videos, bring value, just talk about stories, and people reach out to you like, oh my God, I'm moving to your area. This is awesome. Can you help me? Like how often does that, like how many times do you have to follow up with people on the phone and they can be like, F you, go away. Like, why are you calling me? Like you're a greedy bastard, like all that stuff. And sure, like I got emails, I built my database doing it, but I realized in the long term, like I want a business that I enjoy waking up and doing every day. And I know I've seen people have results from it and get work done. So if that's you're interested in doing the same thing for your business, like reach out, call, text, or email. Me and my partners, we love helping people set this up. And if you're a team leader or a broker owner, imagine if you were to set up this same system for your agents to where they're not having to cold call and you're still being able to give them business and help them grow as agents in this industry. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I tell you that I think cold calling is dead, but if you're going to do it, be specific. And if you don't want to do it, there are other ways out there. They just take time. So without that, I will see you in the next video.